I steal cars for a living. Last Monday, one of them tried to eat me. All right, let's get one thing straight. I take things, specifically cars, nice ones, the kind that cost more than most people make in a year, maybe 5. And yeah, I know what you're thinking, but save the judgment. I have my reasons. I don't hit regular folks, people struggling to get by. My targets? The ones who have more than they know what to do with. The ones who wouldn't miss one of their shiny toys for more than a week before their insurance coughed up for a new, even shinier one. You could say I'm a thief with a particular clientele. They can afford it. They probably deserve it, most of them. The way they get that rich in the first place. I'm good at what I do. Very good. Been at it for years. The tools of the trade, the methods. That's not what this is about. I'm not here to give a seminar. I'm here because of what happened last Monday. Something that's got me looking over my shoulder, something that's made me question everything, something that makes the hair on my arm stand up just thinking about it. There was this guy, one of the local big shots. Old money, new money, didn't matter. He had a lot of it. And he had this car. Oh man, this car. Latest model, foreign, sleek, black as a starless night. The kind of car that whispers power even when it's parked. I'd seen him around town, cruising in it, that smug look on his face. He became my project. You don't just walk up and take a car like that. Not if you want to keep doing this. You watch, you learn. Patience is key. So I watched him for weeks, learned his routines, his habits, where he went when he went. Most of it was predictable. Office, fancy restaurants, golf club. Boring. But then I found the anomaly, the little secret. Every Monday night, late, he'd drive out to this apartment building on the edge of town. Not the nicest part of town, definitely not where you'd expect a guy like him to be hanging out. He'd park on a quiet side street, go inside for a few hours, then leave. I figured it was an affair. Classic. His little escape. His little secret made him vulnerable. And his car, parked out there, away from his secure garage at his mansion, that was my opportunity. So, last Monday I was ready, dressed dark, tools in my kit, heart thumping a steady rhythm of adrenaline and anticipation. I found a spot in the shadows across from where he usually parked, and I waited. The night was cool, quiet. The streetlights cast long, lonely shadows. Perfect. Right on schedule, the black beast purred up the street and parked. He got out, looked around quickly, a habit probably, but not thorough enough, and then hurried into the apartment building. The door clicked shut behind him. Showtime. I gave it a few minutes, let the street settle. Then I moved. Quick, silent, like a ghost. Years of practice make you light on your feet. I reached the car. It gleamed under the streetlight, even more imposing up close. State-of-the-art security, I knew that. But like I said, I'm good. I gotta work. My tools are specialized. They do what they're supposed to do. No loud noises, no fuss. The driver's side door clicked open with a soft, almost polite snick. No alarm. Beautiful. I slipped inside, a grin playing on my lips. The smell of new leather and expensive air freshener filled my nostrils. Cocky bastard. I ran my hand over the smooth dashboard. First thing, always check the usual spots for trackers or kill switches. Then I popped open the glove compartment just out of habit, looking for registration, anything interesting. And there they were, the keys, just sitting there, in the glove compartment. The actual factory-issued smart key. I blinked. No way. People this rich with cars this expensive, they don't just leave the keys in the glove box. It was too easy. Suspiciously easy. A laugh rumbled in my chest. Maybe he was just that arrogant, or maybe his mind was on his Monday night activities. Whatever the reason, I wasn't going to question a gift. My job just got a whole lot simpler. Easy hunt, but I'm the winner. I pressed the start button. The engine came to life with a low, powerful thrum that vibrated through the seat. Music to my ears. I checked the mirrors, pulled away from the curb smoothly, and headed out of town towards my hidden garage where I'd let it cool off for a while. The drive was smooth. The car handled like a dream, responsive, powerful. I was feeling good, the adrenaline singing in my veins. Another successful night. This one would fetch a very pretty penny. Then about 10 minutes into the drive, on a dark, deserted stretch of back road, I felt it. A weird sensation on my back. Low down, near the base of my spine, like something was tickling me, gently at first. I shifted in the seat, arched my back a little, thinking maybe the upholstery was bunched up or something. The feeling didn't stop. It got stronger. The tickling became a prickling. Little sharp points pressing into my back through my shirt. I frowned. What the hell? This car was brand new. Were the seats defective? Some kind of weird massage function I didn't know about? It kept getting worse. The prickling turned into stings. Sharp, insistent stings, like a dozen needles jabbing into my skin, all along my spine, spreading outwards across my back. It started to hurt, a burning, stinging pain. What the actual? I muttered, reaching behind me, trying to feel what was going on. My hand touched the smooth leather of the seat, nothing out of the ordinary. But the pain was intensifying. I had to stop. I pulled the car over to the side of the dark road, engine still running, and flicked on the interior dome light. The pain was really bad now, like my back was on fire, being pierced from 100 different points. I unbuckled my seatbelt, gritting my teeth. I needed to see what was happening to the seat. I twisted around, craning my neck to look at the driver's seat I'd just been sitting in. My breath hitched. My blood ran cold. The seat. It wasn't a seat anymore. Where the smooth leather and ergonomic cushioning should have been, there was something else. The dome light cast a sickly yellow glow on it. It was red, wet-looking, and it was moving, pulsing almost, like a giant fleshy tongue, a grotesque meaty slab the color of raw liver, filling the shape of the driver's seat, and sticking out of it, all over its surface, were tiny needle-sharp points, gleaming like 1,000 tiny obsidian teeth. They were retracting and extending slightly, rhythmically. Those were the things that had been stabbing into my back. Before I could even scream, before my brain could fully process the impossible horror in front of me, the seatbelt, which I'd just unbuckled, moved. It whipped out like a striking snake, a dark nylon serpent. It wrapped around my chest, tight, constricting, clicking back into its buckle with a sickening thunk. It pinned me against the thing in the seat. Panic exploded in my chest, hot and suffocating. I thrashed, clawed at the belt, but it was impossibly tight, digging into me. Then came the pressure, and a horrifying sucking sensation from my back. The meaty tongue seat. It was pressing against me, those thousands of tiny sharp edges digging deeper. I could feel a disgusting wet warmth spreading across my back, and a ghastly pulling, like it was trying to draw me into itself, trying to eat me. I screamed then, a raw, terrified sound swallowed by the confines of the car. I twisted, bucked, trying to break free, but the belt held me fast, and the chair thing was relentless, its sharp points embedding further, the sucking pressure increasing. Pain, sharp and agonizing, lanced through my entire back. My mind raced, fueled by sheer terror. I was going to die here, consumed by a goddamn car seat. Then I remembered. My pocket knife. Small but sharp. Always carry it. My hand fumbled desperately for my pocket, fingers shaking, the car vibrating slightly, or maybe it was just me. The chair thing pulsed against my back, a wet slurping sound now audible over my own ragged breaths. My fingers closed around the familiar cold metal of the knife. I yanked it out, flicked it open with a clumsy, desperate movement. The belt. I had to cut the belt. I sawed at it, the small blade struggling against the tough nylon. The pain in my back was unbearable, a symphony of 1,000 burning needles. I could feel my shirt soaking with something. I didn't want to think what. The sucking was stronger, pulling me harder against the monstrous seat. "Get off me! Get the hell off me!" I shrieked, tears of pain and terror streaming down my face. The knife bit through, one strand, then another. With a final, desperate yank, the belt snapped. I lurched forward, away from the horrifying seat, a gasp tearing from my lungs. My back was on fire. I scrambled for the door handle. Locked. Of course it was locked. Central locking, probably engaged when I started driving. No time. I could feel the presence of the seat behind me, sense it moving, probably trying to re-engage. In a surge of adrenaline-fueled desperation, I threw myself onto my back on the passenger seat. Thank God it still looked like a normal seat, and kicked out with both legs, hard, at the driver's side window. My heels connected with the glass. It spiderwebbed, but didn't break. I kicked again, with every ounce of strength I had, screaming a wordless cry of terror and exertion. The window exploded outwards in a shower of safety glass. I didn't hesitate. I wriggled, clawed, and threw myself through the opening, heedless of the jagged edges. I landed hard on the gravel shoulder of the road, pain flaring through my already agonized back, my arms, my legs. I didn't look back. I scrambled to my feet and I ran. I ran like I'd never run before in my life, away from that car, away from that thing. I didn't care about my tools, didn't care about anything except putting as much distance as possible between me and it. I ran until my lungs burned and my legs gave out. Then I stumbled into the woods and hid, shaking, bleeding, until the sun came up. I never went back for the car. I don't want to know if it's still there. I don't want to know what it is. I'm writing this because you need to know. You need to be careful. Those expensive, flashy cars, maybe some of them aren't just machines. Maybe some of them are hungry. Maybe that rich guy wasn't having an affair. Maybe he was feeding his goddamn car. I don't know. All I know is that my back is a mess of tiny puncture wounds, and I'll never look at a luxury car the same way again. There's something out there, pretending to be a car, and it's waiting. Be careful whose toys you try to take. Some of them bite back, hard.